Good morning. Welcome back to Wild Haven Pastures. Today we are going to be just tinkering around in the garden. I have some raised beds that we put in. We're just going to put down some cover crop today. We are going to try to trellis our watermelon and cantaloupe, give them some support as they grow and hopefully start producing fruit soon. And then probably just clean up a little bit. It's mid-June right now near Houston, so our growing season is kind of nearing its end. So there's not really a lot going on in the garden right now, but let's go ahead and get started. It has been raining nonstop in Houston, so this is the first time we've been able to come outside in a little while. We're going to be focusing on these beds that me and Brian put down a couple weeks ago. And then this is what we got. So we got the no-till solutions. This is a cover crop that we'll just use to put in our beds just to cover it over summer and kind of give some back. So it's just a blend of seeds. This one has crimson clover, white clover, medium red clover, yellow blossom sweet cover, millet, cowpeas, buckwheat, just a whole bunch of different things in here. It's 13 seed mix with 50% of it being clover. So you can see there's a whole bunch of little seeds in here. And we're just going to be putting this down following the directions. The directions say to use a tablespoon per square foot. So that is what we are doing. Right, so last time we just kind of threw the dirt and compost in here. We didn't really flatten it out. It's starting to get pretty hot in the day, so I'm just going to flatten it out real quick and then go ahead and sow in these seeds. So this was a mixture of our compost. We compost grass and animal waste and our fruits and vegetables, things that we don't give to the chickens. Everything else goes into the compost. So we try to do a blend of grasses and green material along with the animal waste. Having cows has definitely helped our compost. There's definitely a lot more of it than when it's just the chickens and rabbits. Okay, so at this time, I'm not really all that concerned with having it too even. I'm going to just do the cover crop in these two. And then I do have some okra that I'm going to be planting. I'm going to pull out some broccoli that's gone to seed that I just hadn't gotten around to picking and put okra down in the other bed. So my family doesn't actually eat okra. We're just not big fans. However, it is really good for your soil. And that's what we're looking for here. It's just something to cover the soil until we can start planting again in fall. So our seed package just tells us to broadcast 1 tablespoon per square foot. And that is what we're going to do. Just kind of mix it up. Looks like all the big seeds are right on the top. So we want to kind of get a better blend and just go ahead and broadcast it. Keep it moist, so we'll just water it in, and then that's really all we're going to do for this. So I've never used this product before. These are new beds that we just put in. I am very interested to see how it's going to work. I've heard good things about it, so I'm really hopeful that this helps to enrich our soil. We do try to get the majority of our produce from our homestead. We have the garden and we also have the orchard. I don't think we've done a farm tour yet. That might be something for us to do at some point. Um, we we've got maybe eight trees right now in our orchard. We started off with 3 or 4, and then we've been adding every year because I do know they take a long time before they're producing fruit. Okay, so we got that down. I'm just going to give it a little mix and then water it in. So with these 2 beds, I use maybe half the bag, and we'll just kind of see how that goes. The only reason I'm really mixing it in is just because we have a lot of birds out here. So I would like to make it a little bit difficult for them to come in and steal my seeds. And I'm just doing a real light cover. All right, we're ready for water. We're going to do just a real good soak in and keep it watered real good for the next couple days, and hopefully we'll see something coming up. These have been watered in. I think that is good to go. Let's go ahead and start trellising our watermelon. So here is the watermelon. We've got 3, 4 plants coming up right now. I don't see any melons yet, but hopefully we'll see those soon. So at this point, we just kind of want to give it some place to grow. I used some strings in this T-post last year. It wasn't really effective because it didn't really give them the support they needed, and they took up a lot more room. So this year we want to try something different. So we have a cattle panel right now that we are just trying to figure out how we're going to use this. It's too tall to just put straight up. We need to do something. So what are you thinking?
So with the way the bed is a plastic raised bed, it doesn't really fit inside here. Doing an arch like we did with the tomatoes, I don't think it's going to work very well. But what we could do is we can cut this cattle panel in half, right? And that way you'll have like a teepee or a tent. It's not a teepee, it's more of a tent for it to grow up on both sides. What do you think of that?
So I'm seeing like to the top here, that only gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The top would be right here.
Okay.
So it's almost as tall as you had last year, but
yeah,
you have a lot more space going left to right.
Okay. I guess that's not too bad.
We also have.
Could we do it like horizontal maybe and get like the whole panel inside with, there's that, or the posts are probably in the way, huh?
What are you saying?
Like if we put it inside the bed instead of, I feel like we're just wasting a lot of space outside of the bed.
So we can cut.
I don't think we could do horizontal with.
We cut vertically all the way up, and it'll fit inside the bed. And we could try the arch for it.
I definitely don't want to do an arch.
Okay.
Because I feel like there was just a lot more tension over there, and I don't want that just kind of sitting there in a plastic bed.
You want to do it this way?
Oh, we could turn it sideways and then just do 2 panels.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would probably be easier than going vertical, cutting off that 2 inches and wasting it.
Well, not cutting off 2 inches. Well,
or that 2 way, panels, sorry.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half.
I'd rather just cut it at the end so it's not sharp.
Well, they won't fit in the box.
And then cut it with less. We don't need it to the very end.
Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'd still have 2 left over.
We'd have, yeah, right here. We just waste this middle right here. You lose the middle part, but you won't have the sharp points coming out.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we can do is we'll just get a metal cutter, a chain cutter.
Okay.
And we'll pop out this middle section.
Okay.
Flip it over. There we go.
Nice.
There you go. So you're thinking, I thought I measured this.
There were supposed to be 2 taken off.
That one fit?
Yeah, this one fits.
Oh.
So it was 5 and 5 is what.
I missed it by 1. All right. Well,
no. All right. Yep. You have to recut it.
Yep. Missed it by 1.
So I guess we'll just lean these up against the T-post and then just tie them down.
I was going to zip tie them.
Oh, you brought zip ties?
I did. You want to use those? You want to zip tie it?
Zip ties will work.
Okay.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to just be clipping the plants up so that it'll start growing up instead of growing out. Okay, so I'm just using these clear plastic ties. What I like about them is it's really loose around the plant, so they have plenty of room to grow. But it helps to put the plant where you need it to go. This is definitely our biggest one. Need it to go 2 different ways.
Not going anywhere. All right, looks sturdy.
It does look good. Okay, so these are clipped on. Let's get some diatomaceous earth, take care of this ant pile, and then see if there's something we can do with the cantaloupe. So this bed is where we had our broccoli. Broccoli is gone. Now we're going to try some okra. Never planted okra before. Like I said, we don't really like okra, but I've heard it's a great cover crop. It's good for summer, and it keeps something in the beds, which is what we want. So we're just going to follow the directions, and it says to space them about 3 feet apart. We want to plant them 3/4 of an inch. So 2 seeds every 18 inches is about what we're going for. Let's go ahead and get that in the ground. Plenty of seeds here. So I'm not really going to be too exact about this. I can pull some up later also if I decide I don't want, if they're too close. So 18 inches, probably 2, 4. We'll try here. We'll see. We'll see. We need to move it. Space them out more. We'll space them out more. 2 per 2 per spot. So I'll grab those down here. 1, 2, 3. I go ahead and plant 3 because honestly, I'm probably not going to use these again this season. 1, 2, 3, 3. And again, I will thin them out as needed. So those are in. All right, nice and easy. And hopefully we'll get some okra on there.
We have the cantaloupe here that we're gonna try to grow vertically, like we're doing with the watermelons and the tomatoes and beans that we've had such good success with this year. So what I'm gonna do is put in a T-post here and a T-post here, and I have this old gate that we used for our goats that we're not using anymore. So we're gonna use some materials on the farm that could be repurposed. All right, so first, you're gonna take your T-post, and we're gonna start one of them right here. You hold that for me? Thank you, babe. And you take your post driver, put it on top. I'm gonna put it this way. Then you just reach up and you pound it down. And we're good. It's a good height for it. It'll make a good support for our cantaloupe.
It has been super wet and rainy here, so the ground is nice and moist. Plus this area, the reason we rocked it off is because it floods a lot. So definitely an easy spot to put in T-posts. Easy time.
One more. Looks good.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
Will that work?
Yes. So you hold that. I'm going to move the plant so we don't squish it. You're putting that right inside, or you're putting it at the top, right?
On the top, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I think that'll probably be better.
We're just gonna slide it right here.
Mm-hmm.
Will that work?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, let me get more. If you hold it, let's see, where it's more even. There. Hold it right there. We good?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. A good support spot. Put one in the middle.
Oh, I think I put it in. Yep.
Yeah, make sure you put it to the flat size.
Yay. You're going to pick up the onions?
What do you think?
All right, so we are just trellising it up real fast. We want it to be sturdy because hopefully we'll get some cantaloupe, and they'll be nice and heavy. So one more at the bottom, or are we ready to put it up?
I'll put one more at the bottom. There you go. Go ahead and clip it up.
All right. So I'm going to get my the spacers for the stalks to put them up, and we'll get those put up. We're just going to kind of separate it out gently and take the longest stalks and just kind of get them going.
Here's a
Let's see.
Here's a good one.
So you'll do your side, I'll do my side.
Okay. Have a clip.
So you're going to want to put it through and then kind of drag it around. You want to give it good support at the bottom so the stem doesn't break. It smells like cantaloupe. Okay, all right. That should be fine. Might need to grab a couple more of these. The main idea is just to get it moving up the trellis and honestly moving away from my beans, which are in this next part right over there.
Well,
All right, that is a good start for today. All right, guys, I guess that is probably about it today. We got both the trellises up. We got some cover crops planted. And now I think it's just getting a little too hot to be out here. So thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe so that we can keep putting out more content. Thank you.